the gorgeous studios of my bedroom in an apartment I share with my son-in-law, well, my daughter's fiance, but the father of my granddaughter, um, my daughter, and my 5.5-year-old granddaughter. Um, I just wanted to explain what this channel is all about, what my goals are all about, and maybe ask if you can help me. First off, I have the monetized YouTube channel. I have a fundraiser going on for my daughter. I have what else do I have? I have a website that has Google AdSense ads on it. That just became operational 1 week ago today, and a goal. My daughter has multiple sclerosis. Don't know anybody knows what that means. What that means is that um, there's a possibility that she'll be in a wheelchair somewhere in her life. It was caught while she was pregnant at 24 years old. Yeah, 23, 24 years old. She didn't take any meds during the pregnancy, so the child would be born as good as possible. And you've seen videos of my granddaughter. I'd say good as possible worked out okay. She's very smart, and she's very independent, and she's a little pain in the ass, and she loves life, and she's very happy, except when she's not happy. And then she's very angry, just so you know. She's in counseling for it. I don't know whether she'll get it resolved through counseling or just by growing out of it, or maybe she'll spend her whole life a little screwed up like me and her mom, but good people. So that's all I really care about. Anyway, like I said, my daughter has MS, and she's on 15 medications for it. She went on them the day after um, the baby was born, and they're helpful. They're really, really helpful. She's having better and better days. The meds are pretty stable right now, and I'm really happy about that. My daughter was a very good singer and a good keyboard player, and really mediocre on guitar, I got to admit. I provided her with musical instruments from the time she was 10 or 11. I trained racehorses at the time, part time, and worked full time. And anytime we had a good night at the track, we'd be at a place in Sacramento, California, where we live, called Skip's Music, and we'd buy a bass guitar, an amplifier, a mic, a drum kit, uh, electric guitar, uh, acoustic guitar. She had them all sitting around and didn't really do anything with them until one day when she was 15 and going to an alternative school. I walked into the living room and there was a band, a rock band, in the living room, using all of basically her instruments and her equipment, and sounded not too bad. She was the lead singer, and she was the only girl in the group, and it was kind of fun. She spent about a year with that band, and they gigged a few times, and I really enjoyed being the dad of the band, and I'd managed bands before. I'd had a few modeling agencies. I raced cars for a living for a number of years, although I spent more time doing the management end and the mechanical end than driving. I did drive races and got national license in Canada. And but I found if we rented out the rides in the cars to wealthier people, it was more profitable. So that's what we did. I um, raced Formula cars, sports prototypes, sports racers, Formula Vs, Formula Super Vs, Formula Fords, that sort of stuff. So nothing major, nothing over 150 miles an hour. I also raced motorcycles part time, which I was horrible at. A lot of crashing, a lot of damage to my dental work, and um, at any rate, when my daughter was 5, I was at a roller skating kindergarten fundraiser at a roller rink and snapped my leg in half uh, through no fault of my own, but plenty of fault with gravity. And I've got a rod in my right leg. They never uh, attached the fibia or tibia, which is the side bone. So I, on occasion, fall down, but I'm really good at falling. And once in a while, I'll break a toe or sprain a wrist, but nothing beyond that. So, anyways, let's get back into what this is all about. Um, oh, and I want to say hi. I normally am driving, so thank you for the highs. I appreciate it. That's really sweet of you, okay? I see it, and normally I don't really see what's going on. Hi, can you answer me? Hi. Okay. Hi, Marisol. I knew a girl named Marisol. I knew a couple of girls named Marisol. So there you are, Marisol. Hi to you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Um, I wear the sunglasses all the time, basically, because my left eye, as you can see, is a little closes a little bit more, and it's very light sensitive. Um, but so that's why I wear the sunglasses. Like I said, I need some dental work. I've got a hernia. Need that operated on before I leave the country and go to the Dominican Republic and get married. Um, so my purpose of being online is one thing and one thing only. That's to raise money for my daughter's dream of a dance and recording studio. Oh, she's a very good recording artist, by the way. She really, a recording engineer, I should say. Really, really talented. And I'll show you some stuff she's got going on while we're talking. But I'm here in the bedroom that I share with my 5-year-old granddaughter. You can see the bunk bed. I bought her bunk bed so I could sleep in the lower bed and she could sleep in the bunk. And now that it's been here a month, she slept in the bunk for one night. The rest of the time, she still comes down and sleeps with me and kicks me out of the bed 3 or 4 times. And so, hi, Marisol. How's that? Um, you are so cool. No, thanks, Jenny. No, I'm not cool. I'm old. I'm 74. I am engaged to a 27-year-old young lady in the Dominican Republic, where I'll be moving to in another 10 months, 9 months, something like that. The end of summer, when my granddaughter goes to first grade and she's in school all day, I stuck around here till then. But at any rate, let me show you a bit of what we got going on and how sad it is. Okay, so let's flip this around. And here is our recently monetized AdSense account. Okay, today we made 21 cents. Yesterday, $1.07. And in the last 7 days, which is as long as it's been up, made $21.45. Okay, I'm not complaining about that. The way we make money is these are Google AdSense ads that are put on my, let's see if I can find this here, my website. Okay. Um, and the website is, let's go get it. Right here. The website is Texas State Parks Guide. It's Texas Parks Guide and Live Weather. And it's got 6 of the major parks in Texas. And this is a horrible time to have this as your revenue source because right now the weather isn't very good for going to the parks in Texas. And but at any rate, if you click on the different parks, you'll get the pages. And once in a while, Google AdSense will find somebody that wants to advertise on one of my pages. You see the live weather over here, it's clear, and here's the weather for the next 5 days. We'll see whether there's any of the parks have any ads on it, but I wouldn't be shocked if nobody really wants to advertise on my pages. So if you are going to go to this site, oh, there's one. This is probably Clinique, I'm guessing, or something. I'll click on it just so you can see what happens. You click on an ad, the ad comes up eventually. Yeah, it's Clinique. And if you click around the ads, I make some money. Okay, so really appreciate if you do that. And I won't bore you with the with all the other ads because stick on for 60 minutes or 60 seconds. Sorry, and I'll make some money. Okay, so let's forget about that. Okay. At any rate, here's my YouTube channel that you're not watching me on. And as you can see, I've made a whopping $1.21 in the last 28 days. And this is from Shorts ads, short feed ads. Okay, and then on this one, which is watch page ads, I made 31 cents. So we're not getting rich off of it, okay? There's the essays. Here's my daughter's YouTube channel. Her business is YNA Entertainment. And let's do a little bit. That's not really her. That's her face with some makeup. And the body might be hers. The hair is different. But she's, you know, a cute girl. But she's... Anyway, I'll let you listen. We had a plan. Move out of this town, baby. What's to say? Tommy talked about lately. Pack a car with no tire and take a small down. First thing it's on the cue songs and we get going. I get one home. Waiting on the porch for you. Something wrong. All throughout the motel. Got a hunch down in the gut. It's not around the back. Empty cans and I pretend your bags were never packed. Anyway, you maybe kill this so it doesn't play all the way through it. She sells beats at BeatStars, and the address is, you look up here, www.beatstars.com/YNA_ENT. Okay, and they're reasonably priced. Don't know what she's selling, but at any rate, she's into K-pop, so there's some in Korean because she does sing in Korean as well. We are intending to create a For You and Me token. Here's the white paper. And basically what we want to use it for is to, we've got Pokemon cards that we're going to be selling, and we want to use this as for free shipping, basically. In other words, you request For You and Me tokens, which I haven't created yet, but I've created, let's say, half a dozen other cryptocurrency coins, and I know how to do it, and it doesn't cost me anything. Here's a site that tells you a little bit more. Let's see. I'll accept because it's my own site. And this one is PokemonForYouAndMe.com. and it shows some of the cars that we've got. We're not actively selling them right now because the market's in flux. It explains the photos. Here's the photos of the 2.3 acres we own in Oregon, South Central Oregon, near Chiloquin, near Klamath Falls, is probably an easier place to find. Very rural. Intent is to dig a hole 20 feet by 8 feet by 8.5 feet deep, put containers in it, and don't know whether you know it, but 5 feet down, the earth in that area, because of the cold winters and hot summers, maintains about 55 degrees. So we'll be able to take the 8 by 20 by 8.5 and suck the 55-degree air into the this will be a dance studio, recording studio, and we'll only have to warm it 20 degrees or so in the winter and cool it 20 degrees or so in the summer to get an ambient 75 degrees. Okay. We'll also, we're going to do it with a 40-foot containers, two 40-foot containers, one here, one there, and then stack two 40-foot containers on top. This will give us a ceiling height of 11.5 feet. So these two here will be buried with only 3.5 feet above the ground. Stacking these on top gives us 11.5 feet at the level there. So why Pokemon? What's the plans? These are some giveaways and ideas and some ways that we're going to have raffles so you can win a better Pokemon card. My son-in-law really is into Pokemon more than I was, but I was into gambling. I gambled for a living for 20 years. We have that much invested. We're looking for that much goal. There's the cryptocurrency information. Here's the white paper that I just showed you earlier. So that's it. And that's that site. As you can see, I built a lot of sites. So where are we here? We're here. So that takes us through that. And basically, if you go to my, let's see, if we go to, this is my channel here. And if you were to go to my channel, it would have, let's see, let's do it this way, get there this way. Your channel. Okay. And then if you click on my channel, it would have right here the link on your cell phone or on your computer, and it would take you to the Texas page where the ads are and we make money. So right now, of course, when I started this, it was springtime of last year, and I didn't think it would take as long as it has to get these approved. I've got, let's go to here. I've got a total of, let's go right down to Google Biz. Right now, these are the sites that I've got waiting for approval. Okay. And I'm going to do one for each state. So let's see what we got here. Right now, I've got Texas, which is ready, authorized, and it's showing ads. I've got California, which is authorized, so they're getting ready to put ads in it. Hawaii, I just did today, so it's nowhere near. Georgia, I just did yesterday. Villa Altagracia, that's where I'm going to be moving in the Dominican Republic. I've got a Boston seafood one we're getting ready. That's 6 of the best seafood restaurants in Boston. I've got a Florida page waiting for approval. New York State parks page. U.S. major amusement parks waiting for approval. Illinois waiting for approval. And then I'm going to start doing all the other states. When it says waiting for approval, what that means is they got to tell me what they don't like about the site. And then I go back and correct it and update it and fix it. And to get these two authorized took many, many tries. But I think Hawaii and Georgia are the only two that I've done since I really got a real feel for what they want. So that's the plan. But the land is, we still owe, we paid 5 years on it, and all it's been is basically $99 a month, which is basically just interest payments with very little principal. We have another 15 years to go. If I could continue on with, let's say, $30 a month or $30 a week or $21 a week of success, that 15 years would be 3.5 or 4 years, because we'll put all this money towards the principal payment, and I'll continue to pay 99 a month from my pocket. Once I get Dominican Republic, I'll start throwing another 100 or 100.5 a month into it. So we should have the land paid for, and that's where we rely on the 10,000 that we still want to have that paid for in the next, I'm hoping, 3 years. Like I said, I'll be 74 next week, and it would be really nice if I could come back here in 2 years from the Dominican Republic with my wife, and we could go up to the land. It would be paid off. We could start digging holes, digging trenches, laying concrete. I'm in pretty good shape considering I'm 74, and my fiance is 20, turned 28 the other day, so she's in plenty good shape. And yeah, she speaks Spanish. I speak English. We both can dabble. I can do better with Spanish than she can do with English, but I've been married twice, once for 10 years, once for 20 years. And the one thing I learned is if you don't have to be able to speak each other's language as long as you speak each other's language, if you know what I mean. In other words, if she knows what I'm thinking without me verbalizing, and I pay enough attention to her, something I didn't do with my first two marriages, that I know what she's thinking, then we can not have any conflicts because we can care about each other, love each other, respect each other, treat each other with kindness, and be wise in our relationship. So, anyways, that's the plan. And I would really appreciate it if you would go to my profile, click on the Texas Parks one. We have the fundraiser with GoFundMe, but I'll tell you what, if you're like me, I'm broke. I don't have any money to spend to help somebody, but I'll tell you what, if somebody asked me to go and click on their website once a day, or 4 or 5 times a day till an ad popped up, and click on the ad and look around it for 60 seconds, clicking on links inside of the ad, I do it. I do it for in a heartbeat. I do it for anybody. If you're in that situation, let me know. Also, if you have, let's go over here. If you have Amazon, I've got an Amazon Associates account. If you go to my Amazon Associates account, and I'll put a link in, it'll be the third link down in my profile. If you go to this page and you type in anything you want, but it's from that link, and you buy something, I get 3 to 5% commission, and it doesn't raise your price a penny. They just pay me for getting the ad to you. So please, if you are going to be buying anything at this time of year for Christmas or the holidays, and you can find it on Amazon, go to my link. It'll be in my profile. It'll say Amazon Associates link. And even if what pops up, the page that pops up isn't what you want. Just type in what you want, and when it goes to the next page, I'll still get credit for it. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate you stopping by and visiting. Happy holidays and God bless y'all. Take care now.